of things, but really, it is the economy. And so it was basically, it is the economy stupid, not the economy stupid. And globally, we have, I'm sorry, I'm getting feedback of noise, so. So whether it's those who are concerned about health, when we went through the COVID-19, people finally realized that health is economy and economy is health. Whether it's people concerned about education, you know that education is the greatest weapon through which you achieve economic and social mobility in any society. Whether it's people who are concerned about insecurity, they want law and order, what we know is that you cannot even begin to grow an economy without a stable and safe environment. And so what he did was a masterstroke. Instead of saying my opponents may be campaigning on a number of isolated issues, but I'm bringing it together and saying to you, it's the economy, stupid. And so, why are we saying that at an MBA conference? I thought that legal people don't buy from the same market as other people. So, I'm quite surprised that this is an important topic for you at your plenary. And I can simply, in one stroke, say, it is so because, the day that I saw a middle-class Nigerian young person with a plantain, a bunch of plantain, in front of his, what they call his seat next to the driver, the front seat of his car, and he used his seatbelt to hold the plantain. And then the caption of what he posted was this. He said, I don't want to take chances with this plantain because I know that if I put it in my boot, it may go missing. The amount that I have bought this plantain has made it so important for me, it must sit next to me. That's why you lawyers are discussing economy, because I know that many of you are feeling the impact of price levels that rose astronomically in this country. As of 2015, inflation rate was single digit. It was about 9%. Fast forward 2 years after, inflation rate as of the time President Buhari was leaving office was from 22%. It had doubled, more than doubled. And then, under the same party, the ruling party in the country, inflation rate went to as much as 33%. And in recent times, it is beginning to cool down. But it is still at a level where the middle class of Nigeria has had household income eroded. And what we say of that is that the intrinsic value of the big legal fees that you all get, especially from the political class of Nigeria. You know, you guys invited, I was sitting gently, you invited me to come to your conference. So please be ready to hear it as it is, because that's what I'm going to do here today. So suddenly, this your big money is no longer worth what it should be. And so our conversation is really about what makes economies cease to deliver. The most important conversation about economy delivering is a conversation on why is the economy that once grew in a period of almost I would say 12 years or thereabouts, at an average rate of 6 to 7% per annum, suddenly become a laggard economy, growing at below 3%. As of the time that President Buhari was leaving office, economy had tanked so badly it was growing at about 2.3%. In recent times, the first quarter of this year, we have seen growth, technically move to about 3.3%. So when you look at that and you compare it to 6 to 7%, we're still far from where we used to be. So that should concern us, because while all of this is going on, the economy of the world is shifting. Structurally, there are different conversations that are happening as to what it would take to improve the lives of citizens of respective countries. So take, for example, this matter of education and the fact that it really is driving the economic growth and development of society. We are struggling. We're struggling with that. We're struggling with the basic issue of a stable society that offers a reason for boardrooms to vote to bring their investment to Nigeria instead of taking it to, say, Malaysia or to Chile or to Brazil. I don't even want to talk about the African countries because a number of them are equally struggling. So clearly, our conversation on the economy will not be complete without the lawyers who form the elite class of our society without the lawyers who form the elite class of our society worrying about what a stagnation of economy means or a contraction of economy means to the poor. If there's any group of people who would have learned about enlightened self-interest in their education, it would be the lawyers. The middle class that does not care what happens to the people at the bottom of the pyramid are basically setting themselves up for self-destruct. What is going on today is that while the middle class is beginning to feel the pinch of apathy towards economic governance of this society, because they were fairly comfortable. The public school system is not working, buy private education for your children. The health system is not working, find a family doctor. The insecurity is there, oh, get in fact, pay the Nigerian police something, and you would get some accompaniment of state security. Completely lethargic to economic governance that matters for the larger number. And as a result of this, what continues to happen is poor governance entrenched poor quality choices of policies. And these poor quality choices of policies eroded anything that we have accumulated over time. Even worse is the derogation that has happened to institutions. And you shall know that without institutions that are anchored on the things you use most, the rule of law, there is absolutely no signalizing of where the rewards and the punishments in an economy would lie. And then you look at the law profession and you say to yourself, what happened to this profession? That this profession completely immersed itself in the political rot that has led to poor choices of economic policies, where the political class have decided that it is essentially okay to just hide away the poor from our faces so we don't have to see them. You know what? I've been in Lagos for a few days now. Guess what? The poor that the middle class don't want to see are now living right in their midst. There's a place called, I'm sorry, it's an expensive slum. Really. I just need to say it as it is. So what I would like our conversation to really be about is, what then does this tell us? You know what it tells us? It tells us something that even people like me didn't pay attention to, which is how important the quality of politics is for the economy. So